Good evening, everybody. Today I'm going to show you some wonderful cursive writing. If you're older, you probably learned cursive in school, but from what I understand, they don't teach it much anymore, which I think is a real shame. I think it is a definite art form. I think it's part of our culture. I think it's an important part of our development and our learning experience. And today, I have some sample pages that we can practice. And to start with, I have an article to read you. This is from Suzanne Baruch Asherson, who's an occupational therapist at the Beverly Hills Unified School District in California. She's also a national presenter for Handwriting Without Tears, an early childhood education company. And the name of this article is The Benefits of Cursive Go Beyond Writing. Putting pen to paper stimulates the brain like nothing else, even in the age of emails, texts, and tweets. In fact, learning to write in cursive is shown to improve brain development in areas of thinking, language, and working memory. Cursive handwriting stimulates brain synapses and synchronicity between the left and right hemispheres, something absent from printing and typing. The College Board found that students who wrote in cursive for essay portions of the SAT scored slightly higher than those who printed. As a result, the physical act of writing in cursive leads to increased comprehension and participation. Interestingly, a few years ago, the College Board found that students who wrote in cursive for the essay portion I think I read that twice. Experts believe it's because the speed and efficiency of writing in cursive allowed the students to focus on the content of their essays. Some argue that cursive is no longer relevant because it isn't included in the Common Core state standards. But these standards only include those skills that are testable and measurable in the classroom. They don't address basic foundation skills like handwriting or even spelling. That said, the Common Core emphasizes the importance of expository writing to demonstrate understanding of key concepts, and fast, legible handwriting is the technology universally available to students to facilitate content development. Cursive, therefore, is vital to helping students master the standards of written expression and critical thinking, life skills that go well beyond the classroom. With all this said, does cursive need to be fancy with slants, loops, and curls? Absolutely not. The emphasis should be on simplicity and function when teaching children cursive. Regardless of the age we are in or the technological resources at one's disposal, success is measured by thought formation and the speed and efficiency in which it is communicated. Because of this, students need a variety of technologies, including cursive handwriting, to succeed. And this was originally published in the New York Times, April 30th, 2013. This is a sheet of uppercase and lowercase letters that I got online. And at the top, it has Surviving the Oregon Trail. Surviving the Oregon Trail in Practice of Penmanship. What I'm going to do is show you the way in which you form these letters. We'll start with the uppercase. Most people who write in cursive tend to find it easier if they angle the paper a bit, which I'm going to do. I'm actually not going to turn it as much as I normally would. And each letter has little arrows to show you where you begin. So with A up here, you begin this way. And I have a blue pen, but it may not show up because I'm going to try to follow it as closely as possible. And with uppercase B, you start at the very top and come down and up and over like that. A C is very simple. It's basically like printing. The D. I had trouble with the D when I was a kid. Like that. Some of these aren't exactly like they were when I learned. I think there are slight variations in the methods that people use. And a G. And my son's in the 5th grade, and as far as I know, they haven't learned any cursive at all. And I don't think they're going to. It's a shame. I went to a private school and I started learning cursive when I was in kindergarten. Let's see, this K, for example, is possibly I'm thinking of the lowercase. I was thinking that the uppercase K was different, but maybe not. And the L always reminded me of the L embroidery on Laverne's shirts, on Laverne and Shirley. It's a lot like calligraphy, but I do find cursive writing to be faster for me than printing. I can write in cursive a lot faster than I can print, and it's smaller, it takes up less room. And the Q just looks like a big 2. I'm going to go over the lowercase letters in pencil. I can't really see it that well. And my cursive is no longer anywhere near as neat as it used to be. But in that private school I went to, up through the 5th grade, we had a separate class every week just for penmanship. And we were graded on how neat our handwriting was. I used to have really good handwriting. Then I went to public school, and that all fell by the wayside. They didn't care. As long as you turned in something that looked halfway legible, they didn't care. Alright. And on this page, it's a little pixelated. I made the image too big when I printed it. This is a kindergarten worksheet for capital letters. And up here, you would write your name. My pen's trying to die. I think my pen just died. That's okay. So, if your name was your name, you would write Y-O-U-R. I'm cheating. I'm looking over here at the sheet because I can't remember what a capital N looks like. Your name. And I'm turning it again because it's just easier. I don't know how anybody could write like that. I'd turn my wrist all funny. It would look weird. So, and we're going to practice the upper cases again. There's the A, and I don't know if you can see, but there is a faint outline of each letter, and it's very faint. And it's not actually supposed to be that faint, but and started out as an image. And what I did, I copied this image off Google and pasted it into a Word document, and I enlarged it. And it didn't turn out so good when I printed it, but I didn't have time to go back and make another one, so I just had to go with this one. I would like to teach my children cursive, if for no other reason than they can read the cards that people might send them if they're in cursive. If nothing else, they need to know how to sign their own name. If you're going to learn that, you might as well just go ahead and learn how to write other stuff in cursive. Oops, I think I messed up. No, I didn't. Looks like you go down and up, according to this other sheet. I don't remember doing it that way. It's like writing in a foreign language. It looks like half a heart. Looks like the top half of a heart. See? It's like you just took a heart and cut it in half. I think the F was always my favorite. Although, the way I learned it, yeah, there's a little piece right here. It's got a little tail. Like that. So it kind of hooks back like that, and then you have that. I think that's how you tell it from a T, because otherwise it looks like a T. Yeah, like that. Alright. And the G. It's got a little loop at the top, and then it comes down and goes this way. I think I can get one more. Oh, it's right next to the H. I'm trying to keep it where you can see. And the H is 3 different parts. First you have this line, goes down, and then you basically do the mirror image of that beside it, and then you draw a line between the two. Like that. Okay. And the I. This looks like a fancy L. Like that. It's got a little tail on it. And the J. Just like that. Looks like a granny knot when you're tying your shoe. I don't think my elementary school teachers will be too impressed with me right now. I remember doing the K differently from that, but it's just what they're telling me to do. So I'll do it. Just like that. Okay. And the L for Laverne. And it looked just like that embroidered on her sweaters. I wish my name started with an L so I could embroider that on my clothes. Because the M to me just didn't have as much flair. It's pretty cool though, I guess. it'll do. It's kind of wide though. It's going to bump up into this N. But that's okay, I'm not turning it in for a grade. You gotta cut me a little slack. I've been out of elementary school for a couple of years. A couple of decades is more like it. I think penmanship is a dying art, and that's a shame. I tried to learn calligraphy at one point when I was a kid, but I never got very good at it. It all came out all funny looking, like a serial killer wrote it. I couldn't keep all my letters going in the same direction. And the Q always bothered me. It's nothing but a big old number 2. That looks nothing like any letter as far as I'm concerned. That's just a 2. I mean, if I saw that written somewhere, I would think it was a 2. I wouldn't think it was a letter. The R is pretty standard. And the S reminds me of my best friend from middle school. Her last name started with an S, and I don't know why I've associated that with her so much, but I have. Always makes me think of her. Now see, this sheet is different from this sheet. This T has a little hook on it. It always reminded me of a bathtub or an umbrella. This one here just comes straight down. I believe we're going to do it like that. This here, like that. Because to me that's right. See, this one's just got it coming straight down. It's supposed to have a little thing on it. Like that. That's the way you do it. And the U. A sassy little letter. To me, it always reminds me of a little kid at the end of a performance going, ta-da! And a V. And a W. It's funny because in English it's W, but in French this letter would be called W, which means double V. I have no idea why, but what's the difference? X. That's pretty terrible. Let me try that again. Well, that's even worse. That's better. Okay, I'm trying to get it across right on that dotted line. If you're wondering what this book is, this is a book about discrimination and racism in the United States. So if you see anything, that's what this is about. It's a book I purchased recently. I haven't had a chance to read, but I would actually maybe like to read some sections in a video at some point. I just needed a hard surface to put my paper on, and this was the first book I found. Well, that Z is pretty crazy. So, you can put them together. Kite. Flying. It's like that. These are the uppercase cursive letters. And here we can see them all. And this page shows you the letters separately. They even have different punctuation marks. And these are basically the same that we went over. These are the lowercase. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. And you have a comma, an apostrophe, period, question mark, quotation marks, exclamation point. I'm not really sure why they included these. They're not different. It doesn't matter how you're writing, but oh well. And then you have the uppercase A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, it's not a 2, it's a Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. And they even show you how to print your numbers. I remember as a kid wondering when we were going to learn our numbers in cursive. I actually remember asking my teacher if we were going to learn that in the following grade. She just laughed at me and said no. I was kind of disappointed. I wanted to learn my numbers in cursive. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So, those are the letters, uppercase and lowercase, in cursive. I thank you very much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.